You read the title. Every single 40-man roster has every player starting at 99 overall. Let's get into it. Alright, so first let's go over the weird waivers that happened after I simulated to get to the regular season. Like, I don't know what the computer is doing. Miguel Cabrera literally is retiring this year. Imagine if in real life the Tigers put him on waivers as he's about to retire. And he's still a good player because he's 99 overall. McCutchen, same thing, although he isn't retired yet, but he's going to be pretty soon. And Mookie Betts is there's just no logic behind it because he's not even old, and I just made him better. And Aroldis Chapman, same thing. Well, he's old, but I made him better, so there's no reason to put him on a waiver. As you can see, most of the matchups so far were pretty even, as they should be, but now let's get into simulating an entire month. Here is how the Orioles did this month, and yeah, I'll see you after the simulation, and I'll dive into the division standings. In the AL, we got the Red Sox, Guardians/White Sox, and the Angels in first place. And in the NL, the Phillies, Cardinals, and Padres are all in first place. So far, all this experiment has done is kind of randomized who is the best in each division, but if you look closely at the records, there's a lot of under 500, considering that they all should be really good. I then had to be reminded about player regression. My dream of all teams having 99 overall players in the postseason was never going to happen. Alright, enough with the love triangle of Yusei Kikuchi and Aroldis Chapman. Let's get back to the standings. The only real difference is that the Brewers, Rockies, and the White Sox are now in first place. Alright, we're going to skip the division standings because we're almost at the All-Star break. So here is the simulation before the All-Star break. But now we can start to get into the home run derby. And yes, I did simulate the MLB draft because I'm not controlling any part of these teams. Right now you should see the home run leaders. Of those home run leaders, Jonathan Ornelas, Cal Stevenson, Harrison Bader, and Oswaldo Cabrera participated in the home run derby from the American League. And in the National League, Juan Soto, Bryce Terang, Pete Alonso, and Hudson Potts participated in the home run derby from the National League. If you're wondering who the heck Hudson Potts is, that's because he has never played in a major league game. This year he was on the Braves roster, started in Double-A and then ended in Single-A. The highest he's ever been is Triple-A. And as you can see, all these dudes have stayed really powerful. Juan Soto only went down to 98, along with Oswaldo Cabrera and Harrison Bader. Cal Stevenson is down all the way to 96. Hudson Potts is worse with 95. Jonathan Ornelius 96, and Bryce Terang with 97. But if this was a real home run derby, this would be the biggest home run derby of all time because of how powerful these guys are. Oswaldo Cabrera hit a lot of home runs, hitting 23. And Juan Soto did not hit enough home runs in regular time, but he did win in bonus time. Hudson Potts hit 21, but Jonathan Ornelius won in bonus time. Cal Stevenson hit 24, which was able to destroy Pete Alonso. Harrison Bader easily beat Bryce Terang. Cal Stevenson is the winner of the 2023 Home Run Derby. Alright, here are the relief pitchers, starting pitchers, and closing pitchers that made it on the AL and NL. And oh look, there's Aroldis Chapman right there. And now here is the position players that made the starting roster. And yeah, let's get right into the All-Star game. Here we go. We're gonna fast forward to the 5th inning. All right, let's view this from one at bat at a time. Start with a pitching change, but now we got a solo home run right off the bat. NL takes a 4-2 lead. Ground out, fly out. Another pitching change, fly out, ground out, strike out. Another pitching change, ground out, single, strike out. Another pitching change, triple, and let's see what Jeremy Pena can do. Here's the pitch. And it's grounded, and that will score the run, but he is out. Easy. Now there's a walk, and there's a single, so let's get right back in and see if the AL can tie this game up. And on the first pitch, he hits it deep. That one's going back, but it will not quite go past the track. It's going to be a 4-4 ball game. Inning. Strikeout, ground out, pop out. There's a walk. AL means business. AL scores a run. They're up 5-4. Let's see if they can expand the lead. This game's been very back and forth. And it does. Ball forward, take your base. Bases loaded. Pitch. Strike 3. And that's popped high in the sky. That's going to be an infield fly roll. It's coming. And now we got Oswaldo Cabrera up, which should bring in 2 runs. So but he strikes out to end the inning. Ground out, single. Oh, 1 run scored on double. And now let's see what happens. There's a single. So now we'll bring you back into the action. Swung on and lined in. It was caught just before hitting the ground. I thought it did hit the ground for a second, but no. 2 outs, 2 men on. And that's pops high in the air. The AL should get out of it. 5-5 after the top of the 8th. We gotta start with a strikeout, ground out. And there's a homer. The AL takes the lead 6-5. There's a single, and a flyout to end the inning. But the AL does take the lead. There's a single. There's a stolen base. Let's see if he can get revenge from the home run derby. Tie this game back up, but he won't do that yet. But he will pass the baton after walking. Good. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Let's see. And we got Eric Hosmer. And it hits him. That's gonna tie the game on a hit by pitch. And now we got the man himself, Hudson Potts. And he comes through, but not all the way. He's gonna ground into a double play. He made enough contact, but you hope for one out. As it stands, Hudson Potts is the hero, even though it was a double play. Will that ball go far enough? No. It might have been going out, but it was caught very easy. Yeah, close enough. But so far, 2 outs. Not looking good. On the swing, and on the first pitch, maybe he hit a triple. I think that's what happened in the press swing. But anyway, Rafael Devers will decide if the AL or the NL wins this game. And he struck him out. The NL All-Stars win the game 7-6. They both got 10 hits. Both gave up 0 error. They both got 0 errors. And Bryson Stott's the player of the game. All right, first we got the Red Sox locked up. They're ahead of everyone by a lot. Then we got the Tigers 1 game ahead of the White Sox. Mariners 1 game ahead of the Angels. White Sox, Royals, Angels, Twins, a wild card. Phillies a half game up. Brewers a half game up. Cardinals, Cubs close. Padres a game up. And then Rockies, Cardinals, Marlins, Cubs in the wild card spot. And now let's see how the Cardinals do in the last 2 months besides the last game. And let's see if they can catch up. The answer is no, but I'm not going to show you the standings before the last games are played just yet, because right now I'll bring you guys into Cubs versus Brewers, a 162 game that will decide who wins the NL Central Division, just like in 2018. As you can see, the Cubs ended with 84 wins. And the Brewers have 85. I checked, and the Cubs have the tiebreaker over the Brewers, so they will win the division since there's no game 163 anymore. The interesting thing about this series is that the Brewers were actually leading by 3 games, or maybe it was 4. I'm forgetting, but either way, the Cubs have won all games in the series, and now if they win this game, they can win the division. Certainly this is the pitch, and that's hit pretty high in the air. That should be an easy out. Nothing comes of the double. So the Brewers and Cubs have left men in scoring position. Let's see if anyone will actually score. And then here we are, double, ground out. There we go. There's a 2-run homer. Pop up. Run scored. Brewers able to capitalize finally. Let's see if they can tie it up right here. Strike 3. He got him to swing. Doesn't look like the Brewers are going to tie it up right here, but let's see. Ball 4. Keeps the baton. Passes it to his teammate. But he thrown 66 pitches after 4. He really doesn't want this inning to go much longer. ground to the shortstop, and he'll play to second, and that will get them out of the inning. It was home run from Eric Hosmer. But people, oh, another home run. Cubs are getting pretty far ahead. Let's see if the Brewers can get back in it. They get a sac fly, that will do it. And now we got the bases loaded, down by 2. We're going to go back into the game. Let's see what happens. 2 out, 2 men out, so this is the last chance. Tie the game. Cubs offense has been more explosive so far, but the Brewers obviously could change that. Nobody wants to drive in the runs. Alright, we got bases loaded, 3-2 count with 2 outs, meaning all the runners are going to be moving. 2 runs are going to score on a hit. Fouled away. This is huge. Fouled away. Will the Brewers tie this game up? They will not. It was not quite over his head, and it's still 4-2 Cubs as they bring in as the Brewers bring in a new pitcher. 2-run score. The Brewers have tied it up. Let's see if they can take the lead. But first, the Cubs are going to get rid of their starting pitcher. Alright, let's see if he can get out of the gym. Strike 3. That's the end of the 6th. Fly out, pop out, walk. Fielder's choice to end the inning. Ground out, single. Fly out. 4-4, 5-4, top of the 8th. Ground out. Solo home run, 6-4. Fly out. Walk. Fly out. Double play. Right. Brewers got one more chance. But there's a 2-run home run. It's not looking good for the Brewers. Walk. Single. Alright, the Brewers back in it. Let's see if they can tie this thing up. But first they gotta fly out. Not a sac fly. It's not looking good at all. They got 2 chances for a grand slam to tie or win the game, but it's very unlikely, especially since they could barely bring on the gem. That's good news. Now, right, it's 0-2 count. Strike 3. The Brewers are down to their last out. This is their last chance to win the NL Central Division. The winner is going to claim, I believe it's the 2 seed. I confirm after this game. But let's see if they can get anything going. 1-1 count, here we go. Got away. The Brewers are down to their last strike. In 2018, they beat the Cubs in 163. Can the Cubs win in 162? Strike 3. The Cubs win the 2023 NL Central Division in the All 99 universe, if you want to call it that. Alright, first, as you can see, all these teams ended up with pretty good records even when they were below 500. The Red Sox, White Sox, and Angels are in first place as the 1, 2, and 3 seed. And the Tigers and Mariners are in the wild card as the 4th and 5th seed, but the 6th seed could be taken by the Rangers, Astros, or Athletics. Obviously, the Cubs won the NL Central, and the Phillies won the NL East, but the Padres or the Rockies won the NL West. So either one of those teams is the wild card along with the Brewers and one of these teams. All right, drum roll please. The 6th seed in the American League is the Texas Rangers, and the winner of the National League West Division was the Padres. And the 6th seed in the National League is the Diamondbacks. The wild card series were terrible, all ending in sweeps, with the Tigers beating the Mariners, the Brewers beating the Rockies, the Angels beating the Rangers, and the Padres beating the Diamondbacks. In the division series, the Phillies beat the Brewers in Game 1, and the Cubs beat the Padres in Game 1. But the Padres won in Game 2. The Brewers also won Game 2. The Tigers won Game 1, and the White Sox won Game 1. And then Boston beat the Tigers in Game 2, and the Cubs beat the Padres in Game 3. So now let's see Cubs-Padres Game 4 of the NLDS. Before we get into Cubs versus Padres, the Brewers won their game, so they're up 2-1 after, which we can get into after this. But first, we go into this game, which, as you will see in a second, was terrible. It was a terrible game. And since we've already watched the Brewers, let's go to Red Sox Tigers Game 4 of the ALDS. Alright, let's get into it. Strikeout, triple, ground out, run scored, fielder's choice, strikeout, triple, run scored. Tigers tie back up 1-1 at the end of the first. Red Sox don't get anything done this time, but the Tigers take the lead. Can the Tigers keep this momentum? Yes, they can. 4-1 Tigers. Red Sox unable to produce anything. Tigers aren't, but they have a nice lead. And they're going to lose a bit of it. 2-4-2. Double, walk, and then get the run home. They can't. Ground out, single, first choice, strikeout. Strikeout, ground out, single, walk. Strikeout, fly out. Strikeout, pop up, single, fly out, throw it out. And the Red Sox are trying to produce here, but that runner thrown out is not, can't be doing that in a postseason game. But let's see if they can tie it up in the top of the 8th. Ball 1. And the ball gets away, and the runner advances to second. Ball 4, take your base. They can tie this game up with something hitting the gap. And that's grounded to second, and that will be an easy throw to first. He almost overthrows it, but he does not. He gets out of the jam, and that will be the end of the top of the 8th. So let's go back to simulating. Ground out, fly out. Double, ground out. Tigers can't get anything done. Single, walk, and the Red Sox are in business in the top of the 9th. They're going to tie it up right here. Let's see if they can take the lead. 3-2 count. Let's see what happens. Fouled away, we'll have to wait again. Can the Red Sox take the lead? No, they cannot. Strike 3. And that's grounded to first. That's going to advance the runner, but he's out. Red Sox have one more strike to advance this lead. But they have failed to increase their lead. Strikeout, flyout, double. The Tigers have a runner in scoring position. Let's see if they can walk off the game. That will end the inning. Single. The Red Sox have a great opportunity to take the lead. The ball hit in play will likely give them the lead. They strike him out. No, he cannot. That's grounded fair. That will score the runner. He went back, but let's see if the Red Sox can extend this lead. They can. 7-4. Looks like the Tigers are going to need to win in Game 5. Strikeout, strikeout, fly out. Red Sox take this series to Game 5. Winner go home. Winner faces the Angels or the White Sox. It's official. The winner will play the White Sox. Strikeout. Nobody's getting anything done so far. Last single lineup. Triple, run scored. Boston scores first. They lead after 3. Ground out, pop out. Walk. 1 run scored. Red Sox increase their lead. There we go. There's the Tigers run. 3-1. And now we'll start going to one at bat at a time. And there's a solo shot. 3-2 Red Sox. Down in second. 2-run shot from the Red Sox. 5-2 Red Sox. Single walk. Tigers are in business. Let's see if they can start to come back. Oh, there's a fly out. 2 runs scored. And here we go. Now we're checking. Still adds something. And he swung to hide. They gotta hit something, or they are not going to tie this game up. And then they're gonna have to start from scratch. And he swings. Yep, that was very obvious. He swings. That's going to end the top of the 7th. Fly out. Solo home run. There's the insurance. Fly out, pop out. Strikeout. Solo home run. Insurance doesn't matter. Ground out, ground out. Well, it does, but same run differential. Ground out, ground out. And the Tigers are down to their final out. Tigers' dreams of finally getting back to that World Series relies on Kerry Carpenter. That all right here in this universe. I made him 99. Can he move his team? Oh, no, he cannot. Strike 3. The Red Sox are going to the American League Championship Series. Both the Padres and the Red Sox won the first 3 games of the championship series, but the Brewers won easily in Game 4. Let's check in on the Red Sox versus White Sox duel. And after a back and forth game, the Red Sox completed the sweep and won the pennant. The Brewers had a 4-1 lead at the end of the 5th, which they kept for 2 more innings, but then the Padres got this rally going. the World Series starts off with the Red Sox winning 3 of the 5 games. All right, the Red Sox are leading the series 3-2. We got Joe Musgrove versus Brayan Bello. And as you can see, the Red Sox did win 15 more games. So the Red Sox are definitely favored in this series. And yeah, here we go. We're at Fenway Park. The Red Sox will win it at home if they win this game or the next game. And let's fast forward. Walk, ground out, strikeout, stolen base, ground out, fly out, strikeout. 1-0 Red Sox at the end of the first, single ground out. The Padres get right back in it. It's 1-1 at the end of the end of 2 innings. Walk, strikeout, fly out, strikeout, walk, double, fly out. Solo home run Red Sox. Padres starting to not get anything going. They got a triple and a pop out and a ground out. Or maybe I got that. I was confused, but the Red Sox scored 2 runs. They're up 4-1. They're 3 innings away from winning another World Series. They're 10th. But now the Padres hit a triple and they got Juan Soto up. But he's 0 for 3. But you got Brayan Bello still on the mound. He's pitched a great game. Gotten out of a lot of jams. And here's a pitch. Fouled away. And he swings out of the zone. Brayan Bello gets out of another one. There's 1 out, man on third. Let's see what Trent Grisham can do, but he's also 0 for 3. Fouled away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He did go. That's strike 3, 2 in a row. And now Luis Campisuano is 0-1. Padres likely last chance to win their first World Series. Because it's going to be hard to get 3 runs in 1/2 of an inning, so if they can just get this 1 run home, the chances that they win increases so much. But they all swung out of the zone 3 in a row, 3 strikeouts in a row to get out of the runner on third with no out jam. And now let's see if the Red Sox can extend their lead. Strikeout solo home run, there it is. And now the Red Sox lead by 4. It'll be very hard for the Padres. But now they got runners on first and third. They realize now that you have to score runs to win the game. But they probably realize a little too late. But nobody out. 2 runners on. Get the double play situation. But can they avoid the double play situation? Two and out. They struck out a lot last inning, but this is the only situation where you want to strike out. You cannot hit a double play where the Padres' hopes of winning their first World Series are over. 3-1. Osceon Kim is out next. Let's see if Bogarts get this. 3-2. Alright. Let's see how this at-bat ends. Ends with a walk. Okay, base is loaded. Nothing wrong with a walk in that situation. Warming up in the Red Sox bullpen, but he's only thrown 12 pitches. 1-1. That was in the dirt. One and two. Swing and a miss. And the Padres rally looks like it's over, especially as a new pitcher walks in. Josh Winkowski is going to try to close the job and get the Red Sox their 10th World Series title. One and one. Yes, the Padres could tie this with one swing, but they didn't even get their only run on a home run, and this pitcher's fresh out of the pen. It's not looking good. It's a 2-2 count. Just get a base hit, and you can get the winning run up to bat. And there it is. There's the base hit. Oh no, it's caught, but that will get the runner home. Not really the smartest move that's happened. I don't know, it's just kind of pointless. I feel like in real life they wouldn't have missed that. But nonetheless, it's 5-2. 2 outs. Basically the same situation as last at bat. So now there's a steal situation and they're probably not going to 3-0 count. Okay, you could get the winning run up to the plate. And you could get the winning run on, and Juan Soto could redeem himself. And yes, that is what's going to happen. Juan Soto is going to have the bases loaded with 2 outs. He was 0-4, but he has a chance to redeem that right here. But he swings at that 0-1. No, he didn't. What a way to end this World Series. Oh, is that down? It is. Juan Soto redeems himself. It's 5-4 Red Sox. And now the plot's even juicier. What a way to end a World Series with everyone being, with the competition all being high level. Alright, 1-2 count. Let's see if the Red Sox can get their 10th World Series, or can the Padres tie it up, or none of the above. It's going to hit him, and now the bases are loaded again, and now it is way easier for the Padres to take the lead. The plot gets even crazy. This is the craziest way the World Series could end. It's looking at a walk-off, but let's see if it ends. Let's see if it ends right here. Really? Or the Red Sox just don't score this half inning. That's hit into play. Will that get down? No, it will not. The Red Sox win their 10th World Series. And, more importantly, the All-99 World Series. They are the best players that are 99 overall. And now is a great time to segue into the awards. First, obviously, starting out with the World Series MVP, who was David Hamilton, the second baseman of the Red Sox. He was a rookie this year, and he didn't play too many games, but in this universe, he did very well, getting onto the World Series roster and then having a .538 average, hitting 4 home runs and 9 RBIs in the series, and today he was 4 for 4. And next is postseason MVP. So obviously in the AL it's still him, but in the National League it was Jake Cronenworth. He had a .339 average and hit 5 home runs with 13 RBIs in the postseason. David Hamilton had a .350 average in the postseason, hitting 2 home runs and having 8 RBIs. And now to regular season awards, starting with the MVP. In the AL, it was Cal Stevenson, having a .324 average, hitting 47 home runs, winning the home run derby, and having 126 RBIs. And in the National League, Brandon Shoemake was the MVP, having a .297 average, 47 home runs, and 127 RBIs. And the Cy Young was Julio Urias in the National League with 15 wins, 8 losses, 4.61 ERA, and 220 strikeouts. And in the American League, it was Luis Severino with a 15-7 record, 4.18 ERA, and 221 strikeouts. And also, he was injured at the end of the season. And the winner of the batting title in the American League is David Fletcher with a .330 average, and he hit 39 homers and got 108 RBIs. And in the National League, it was Julio Carreras with a .326 average, 43 homers, and 119 RBIs. And both Rookie of the Years actually were both MVPs. And the Hank Aaron Award goes to Eric Hosmer, .302 average, 48 homers, and 92 RBIs. And in the American League, David Fletcher won the Hank Aaron Award with a .330 average. I already said the stats. And I'm not going to go through all the Gold Gloves. It's going to take way too long. But they all had insane field percentages and all really good stats, which makes sense. But anyways, that's all the awards. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched to the end, you clearly like this video, so why not subscribe? It will really help me a lot. So, thank you. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.